And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means? It's Christmas Eve, a Christmas Eve edition of Weekly Purchases, but it is Weekly Purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the mail via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw to the north, that old Waylon Jennings. And old Waylon Jennings sent me a picture this week. He sent me a picture of his local Target showing me the wrestling section, just two lone Rios holding it down. How about that? Shout out to my girl Rio, big victory on AEW this week. All things coming up Rio. Jazzwares, I dare you. I double dog dare you. Get us a Rio in blue. Let's get that happening for your old buddy Kyle. We want a Rio in 2024. The pegs, they're escaping Rios. We need a resurgence of Rio on the pegs. We'll see what happens there. But of course, a lot going on. It is Christmas Eve. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the holidays. Hopefully everybody's having some fun. Of course, you know, no days off over here. We don't take days off. 4 videos every single day between our 2 YouTube channels here. Kyle Peterson, the one you're watching on, and then, of course, Kyle Peterson 2.0. Check out, subscribe to both of those channels. But, of course, some special holiday programming coming on Monday, Christmas Day. You're going to see a video with my wife. You'll see some other videos between the 2 channels, Christmas-related, of course. Maybe burning the house down. You can see in that video as well. But the special video for the holiday season is, of course, on Monday. I will be dropping the Jacob Marley Figure Obscura 4 Horsemen, of course, Mythic Legions review. But I do have a special guest. In his final video, his final appearance on the channel, tears are flowing, they flew in the video. My dad, of course, has retired from the YouTube channel. I'm going to put an address up at the end of this video here, and you guys can all write him the letters. Write him the letters. Let him know that, hey, what are we doing here? You can't leave the channel. But he said he's done. He talks about it in the video a little bit. He loves every one of you guys out there. He appreciates it, but he said he is done. I'm hoping for a Terry Funk turnaround. We'll see what happens. But my dad did join me for the Charles Dickens unboxing as one of the foremost experts on Charles Dickens. He had to help me out. He had to do a lot of heavy lifting in that video. And let's be honest, he does all the heavy lifting in all the videos we do together. But it was good to have him one last time. And I will tell you, as a Christmas treat, it's 40 minutes long. Yes, 40 minutes long. There might have been some begging. There might have been some pleading. We'll see. But check out that video, of course, as a special Christmas unboxing. I did mention it last week. My dad and I did do a Universal Monster Jada Toys video that never went up on the channel. It got kind of lost in the mix. So I'm saving that for a rainy day. I'm not going to put that out anytime soon. Maybe I'll put it on Patreon a year from now, and maybe the traditional channel a year after that. Who knows? We'll see what ends up happening there. But I do have one video. It'll be way late, way old, way out of date, but at least it's a video I can use in a future time. But as of right now, my final video with my dad will be on Monday. So check that one out. It would mean a lot. One last round with my dad. And now we're doing auditions for new dads. So if you are 70 years old or older and you live in the Midwest, please write to me, put it in the comments, reach out social media. I'm looking for a new action figure father. Dad, you've been replaced that quick. We'll see what ends up happening. We might do some auditions. We might get a different cast of characters. Maybe we'll reach out to that Midwest Professional Wrestling legend Gage Octane. Maybe we'll bring him in for a video. We'll see what happens. We might have to have an audition process, but there's an old man neighbor across the street from me. I don't know if he knows anything about action figures, but he might be good on the channel. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Most likely it's going to be a solo show, unfortunately, and we'll just do NECA reviews. I got a stack of Universal Monster stuff to do. It's going to be strange doing it by myself, so I don't know what we'll do end up there. But I've ranted enough. Check out the videos on Monday. Hopefully everybody has a good holiday season, of course. But let's recap the week that was on the 2 YouTube channels. Then we got to get to the question of the week, and I'm in a giving mood. We got 2 questions this week. We'll answer 2 questions. And then, I'm not kidding, we got an all-timer of a weekly purchases. Absolutely insanity this week. I hope I have 0 purchases next week. It's that big of a week. We'll see what happens there. But let's get into it. I want to start off first. Got to give a special shout out to good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes. Yes, the American Nightmare himself. Very, very nice to invite us as guests to Monday Night Raw this week. I did go to Raw. Of course, you guys saw some of that footage. I have a video that I will put out there with a little toy hunting stuff, and I, of course, post it on social media. But had a great time at Raw. So once again, tip of the hat to the old nightmare himself, Cody Rhodes. Good friend of the channel. It's not just a tagline. He's a good friend. So there you go. Good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes. But it was fun to see Raw, and that was my daughter Emma's first real WWE show. She's been to a lot of indie shows, Pro Wrestling Revolver, things like that. She'd never been to the spectacle of a WWE show. Elle always went with me, but this time Emma tagged along, and she was blown away with the pyro, everything else. She couldn't believe her eyes. We'll see. Maybe she'll be on some future wrestling event adventures, so stay tuned for that as well. On Kyle Peterson 2.0, Saturday, I dropped the video. I talked about it last week. I had a little experience with a ghost when I was in the most haunted hotel in the United States. I did do a video over there on Kyle Peterson 2.0, my ghost story from Texas, so check out that one if you're into that. I mentioned it earlier. It is best of season this week. We did the top 10 miscellaneous wrestling figures of 2023, top 5 WWE Mattel basic figures of 2023, top 5 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle NECA figures of 2023, and we'll probably have a best of video probably every single day throughout this year as we close off the year and into next year as well. There's a lot of stuff to recap. We talk a lot of action figures. Everybody deserves their time to shine. Yes, you too, Todd. Todd was over there trying to butt in. When are you going to do the McFarlane top 10? It's coming, Todd. Todd on the couch, as you guys know. On Kyle Peterson 2.0, we do a lot of Todd talk over there. But we will be doing all those, so stay tuned for all those. Patreon members get those ahead of time, of course. We also talked a lot of G.I. Joe unboxings this week. We unboxed Nunchuck. We unboxed Wolf Spider, the Jungle Shadow Tracker, an all-timer right there. And then, of course, the Hiss Fire Team. Of course, the Hiss Tank Fire Team 3-pack from Hasbro Pulse. Unboxed a lot of Joes. A Joe a day keeps the doctor away or something like that. But we did some Joe unboxings this week. We did another video with my wife with the t-shirt collection. I think I got 14, 15 of those videos. I think traditional YouTube has like 3 or 4 of them. The rest have been on Patreon for months. I think we filmed those videos like 8 months ago. They're slowly trickling out whenever I put them out. Maybe put one out for Christmas. We'll see. But check out the t-shirt collection video with my wife, Angie. We also unboxed Evil Lynn, the new Masterverse figure of Evil Lynn this week. All-timer, one of the greatest figures of all time, one of the most anticipated figures of all time, unboxed this week on the channel. Absolutely game changer. Shout out to Super 7 for almost figure perfection. I don't ever give something a perfect score, but this is about as close as you could possibly get. It is the Super 7 Ultimate Lemmy Ultimate Edition. Oh my gosh, check out that review. If there's one review to watch, it's the Lemmy review. Check that one out on the channel. After a long, long wait, Asylum All-Stars Series 1. Of course, the Road Warriors, Vicious and Delicious, Scott Norton, and of course, Buff Bagwell, and 2 Earl Hebners. Unboxed all those on the channel this week. Check those ones out. Working our way slowly through Elite 106. We're getting through it. Unfortunately, those came the day I left for a work trip for a whole week. So I'm late to getting to Elite 106, but we're starting to pepper them throughout on the channel. Check out Elite 106 videos. As you guys know, Jack's Class Superstars every single Tuesday on this channel. I think by the time it's all said and done, it'll be 5 years of weekly Jack's Classic Superstars videos. Great companion piece to the book that's coming out very, very soon. Remember, I do have a Jack's Classic Superstars book on the horizon. Going to be exciting times. Talk a lot more about that in 2024. A lot more surprises. Really just getting things settled. Getting a lot of plans for 2024. Some very exciting plans. Things I never thought would ever happen to me in my entire life. But you will be there for them, I hope. I hope you guys will take the journey. Take the journey. And that's one of the journeys. So there you go. We also did a good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes, very timely, his brand new top picks and his basic 140 in suit. We unboxed those on the channel this week. Effie Retro from Figure Collections. I think the 26th, I'm getting the Headbangers Retro Collections. And once I get those, I'm going to do a top 10, of course, retro style figures of the year. So look for that list coming very, very soon. Did the Mattel Reveals video. We did a video on the Mattel Reveals this week. So Toy News, I didn't have to cover those. Covered them in a separate video. If you missed the Legends and the Yokozuna news, check out that review on the channel. But that's it. Outside of that, of course, we had figure hunting. And I did have a trip to meet Santa. Man, as kids get old, they don't get excited about Santa. You guys will see it in that video, but I did drop that Friday. A little toy hunt, a little trip to Santa. I think they all got coal. I don't know exactly what Santa said to them, but give those kids coal. That's what I said. So we'll see there. But check out that video on the old figure hunt if you want to. And of course, figure hunts on the other channel as well. 2 figure hunts every single week. Depending, I have another one in the can from the Raw Journey. Maybe I'll post that on Sunday night, something like that. There's a lot of content at all times, as you guys know. A lot of stuff going. And then after this week's weekly purchases, got content for months. It's going to be absolutely insanity. But now, we got to turn our attention to another part of weekly purchases. Of course, it is the question of the week. And like I said, we got 2 questions this week. And the first question comes from young Xanatos Franks. Kyle, how did you get so good looking? And how come that shirt is lighting up? Well, it's just a light up shirt, and I guess I was just born that way. But we'll throw that one out. Shout out to Xanatos Franks up there in Michigan, always asking the really good questions, of course. But this one comes from Justin Mohan 7103. This is one, I don't know. But if Bon Jovi came up to you and said, hey man, I think you're cool and would like to play some music with you, would you do it? Just play music. It could be some Bon Jovi. It could be something else. And I'd say, Bon Jovi, you get out of here. Absolutely not. I am not going to ruin my credibility with Bon Jovi. I don't need that Bon Jovi stink on me. That's what I would say. And I don't know if I'd be that direct. I'd be like, oh, that's very nice, John, but no, I will pass on that. Leave the musicians to the musicians. You go your way, I go mine. Just like a young Bob Dylan. That's what we would say right there. But no, I wouldn't have anything to do with Bon Jovi. I would not sit there and try to do a jam session with Bon Jovi. It just wouldn't work. I'm just not a Bon Jovi guy. I don't want to be laid down on a bed of roses. I don't want any of that kind of stuff. I don't want to have the Young Guns soundtrack going. I don't want to be a little runaway. I just don't want anything to do with Bon Jovi. I'm just not a Bon Jovi guy. Just not. I just don't understand it at all. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. It's simple as that. We all have people we're just not fans of. I don't like Bon Jovi. I don't like Coldplay. I don't like that Red Hot Chili Peppers. Team Mr. Bungle all day for me. Who else? Def Leppard. Get them out of here. I don't like Def Leppard either. There's a few bands I just don't like, and we all got some that's just like nails on the chalkboard. I'm somebody out there watching this. Motorhead's probably their least favorite band, and I don't know what you're thinking if that's the case, but I'm sure there's somebody out there. You like what you like, you don't what you don't. I don't like Bon Jovi. No Bon Jovi for me. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. But now we turn our attention to a second question. I said it's the holidays. Let's do 2 questions this week. This one comes into good friend of the channel, good brother number 1, and I think I met Trey, of course, My Damn Toys. I think I met him twice this year. Twice this year we hung out. And good brother out there, of course, in the wrestling universe out there is My Damn Toys. Check them out. Give them a follow. Tell them Kyle sent you all that kind of fun stuff. But he says, Fantasy Book and Elite Ultimate 2-pack. A modern talent with a legendary talent. And that's one of those ones that get your brain spinning. Like, what can we do there? Who could I pair up with the Ultimate Warrior? No, but the first thing I thought of, once again right there, we go back to good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes. A Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes Ultimate 2-pack I think would be absolutely awesome. Let's make an old school Cody when he had the black hair going on, and then let's make a Dusty Rhodes. Now, probably want a iconic Dusty Rhodes, but a part of me wants that last run Dusty. Now we got that Jax 2-pack way back in the day in the Adrenaline line at the dying days of Jax. That is one of my favorite 2-packs ever. I think the Cody figure is awesome, and I love that Dusty. And that Dusty always kind of feels like ECW Steve Corino Dusty, and then of course late WWE career Dusty as well. I would love to see that 2-pack made in the Ultimate style, or I could see him giving us a classic Dusty Rhodes with an early version of Cody, or a classic Cody, a modern Cody, I guess, with a classic Dusty as well. But that's where my brain first goes. I think that would be a very, very cool 2-pack. It makes a lot of sense with Cody Rhodes selling a lot of merchandise, gets us some Dusty Rhodes action all day long. That's the first thing I come up with, and I think that would be a very cool, sentimental 2-pack, no doubt about it. I was just talking about my dad leaving the channel once and for all. It'd be great to my dad to get a 2-pack with me one day. We'll see. We'll make one out of stick figures, out of popsicle sticks or something. Who knows? But that's the answer to that one. So shout out to Justin. Shout out to My Damn Toys as well. So that it is the questions of the week. Now we got to get down to it. I got to pack a lunch as we got to get down to the weekly purchases. All right, let's kick off weekly purchases with round number 1, and this is truly going to be an all-timer. I think for the first time in the history of weekly purchases, we may not have enough room at this very table. There was a lot going on this week that came through the door. There was a lot of deep clearance online and in stores, and some big items came through the door as well this week. So truly going to be a Christmas haul is what this is. Like I said, I'm hopeful next week I have nothing at weekly purchases, because this is enough to keep me busy for a month at least. But let's kick it off, and let's kick it off with an all-timer. Finally through the door this week, Super 7 Ultimate Edition Turtle Party Wagon. How about that? Now, we unboxed the Turtle NECA van a week ago or so, 2 weeks ago. I did unbox the Mutant Mayhem pizza van as well, the pizza tossing van. I unboxed that one as well. Have not put that up yet on the channel, but that'll be up. So it's really coming up. Party wagons here in the last couple of weeks of the year. But this is a big, heavy-duty one. Cannot wait to get this one out of the package. Hopefully this weekend I'm going to find some time. Maybe on Christmas Day. Maybe I'll unbox it Christmas Day. We'll see what happens there. We got that through the door this week. From Super 7, a pricey one, but boy, it does look good. So stay tuned for that unboxing. But let's kick off a few other things here. Some miscellaneous wrestling. Got another Mick Foley real cheap. I got a lot of stuff from Ringside and their cheap sales going on. I did pick up Mick Foley this week. Another Mick Foley. I got a custom idea with that one. I did at Walmart this week find Aaliyah. Oh, shout out to Aaliyah. First time in the line, last time in the line. Coming in hot right there, hitting Walmarts right now. So I got Aaliyah Basic this week. And then we got a few more basics from Ringside. Taking advantage of those cheap deals. My boy Matt Riddle, I guess the newest MLW superstar, just signed with MLW. All in on Riddle, so I did pick that one up. And then I did get Kushida, of course, this basic here. This is like $2.99, so I couldn't really refuse this one either. Picked up Kushida this week. So I've got a few more wrestling-related Ringside pickups later on in weekly purchases. But then I did go to a toy show this week, if you guys do remember that toy show. I did pick up Eve. And then I realized I didn't need this Eve, so we'll see. I'll probably end up selling this. But it's an old school basic, very cheap. These are a little bit harder to find, as we do know, some of those older basics. But one I definitely did need. I have her Elite. I did not have this basic. Now I do. It is good old Kelly Kelly. So I got the Kelly Kelly basic here. Early from Series 6 of the basic line. But it is basically an Elite, as we do know the articulation was the same as an Elite in the female figures back then. So I did get this Kelly Kelly I was missing from way back in the day. So shout out right there. Then at that toy store, or I guess the toy show, and check out the video on the channel, did pick up the Spaceman once again. Got this from my daughter Emma, so we're going to probably unbox this together, or she'll just unbox it in her room. But I did get the Spaceman this week as well. So shout out to a good friend of the channel, Ace. Why not? How about that? But we're not done yet. I did go to Amazon this week, and Amazon, I can't believe it, they sent me the Chase. I did get the Batman as Green Lantern, but I got the translucent Chase edition. I was actually blown away I got this one. I've never really gotten a Chase, I don't think, from Amazon. So did get the Chase this week. Now I got to hunt the regular one. We'll see what happens there. And then I got another one here. Shout out to good brother of the channel, local collector here. He was on the channel, helped me find the Legends Greatest Hits at my local Target. But he actually gifted me a nice Christmas gift here. It is an all-timer. Captain Carrot, are you kidding me? Jeremy knows what I like. He knows I like hairy bipedal creatures. He knows I love rabbits. He knows I love Captain Carrot. So shout out to old Jeremy for hooking me up with this one. Can't wait to get this one out of the pack as well. Very, very cool for him to give that to me. Very nice of him. There it is right there. So Captain Carrot through the door. And then I did, of course, you guys know I got all those Adam Hangman Page figures 4 weeks ago. What is time? Something like that. And I had a lot of ideas for him. And one of those ideas was West Texas Redneck Mr. Perfect. I finally got a cheap Mr. Perfect Build-A-Figure head. Threw it on the Adam Page figure, and bam, got a Mr. Perfect for my WCW shelf, or I should say Kurt Hennig, the old West Texas Redneck. So very, very cool, easy custom to do, and a very cheap custom. That Hangman Page, $3. Get the head for Mr. Perfect for $8. Bam, you're in business right here. So I picked this up this week as well. So there it is, round number 1 of weekly purchases. Let's dive into round number 2. All right, we dive into round number 2 of weekly purchases, and we start off round number 2 like we start off round number 1 with a Super 7 item, as I did get through the mail this week, the limited edition Super 7 exclusive glows in the dark Chitara. So this is an interesting one. No slip cover on this, no outer package, no nothing, just this. So are they changing it once again? Are we not going to get the slip cover anymore from Super 7, as this did not have one here? So I thought that was very interesting. But glow-in-the-dark Chitara coming soon to the channel. We will unbox that on the channel, of course. Back to Amazon again. I did get one of these Avenger Infinity War figures. I did get the Bruce Banner. I needed this in my collection. Never had a Bruce Banner from the MCU. Finally getting one here, so I did pick that one up. The rest of them, probably passing on the rest of that set. We'll see what happens, but that's probably the plan right now. Now we turn attention to one of my all-time favorites, Cobra Shadow Tracker, straight out of the jungle. Looks like he's getting ready to hunt Predator. Of course, Walmart exclusive. Picked him up this week. And then another Walmart exclusive. Got the old Wolf Spider. We unboxed both of those on the channel, so check out those videos if you did miss them. So a little Joe action there, but we're not done with the Joe team. We did unbox the Hiss Fire team, unboxed that on the channel this week as well. Very cool to go along with your Hiss tank, which you guys know we did the Hiss tank about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. What is time? I don't know. We unboxed that on the channel. Check that video out. Now we turn our attention to a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action. I guess some of this could go along with the old party wagon as well. But I did pick this up at Walmart this week. This is what? Donatello, Raphael. And then I, of course, had to get Michelangelo, Leonardo, the new 2-packs from Turtles 3. Now, I did get the San Diego Comic-Con box set exclusive. I have not opened that up. And I said, you know what? I feel like I shouldn't open that set up. I should open these. So I bought these, and I'm thinking about selling that pack, thinking about maybe leaving it on card. I'm not sure. But I felt better about myself opening these up than that San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I don't know. I don't even know what that one's going for. Maybe I made the wrong decision. Maybe it doesn't even matter. But that's how I justified it in my mind for some reason. So I did pick up both of these packs, of course, at Walmart currently, if you're on the hunt. So there it is, 2 turtle packs right there. But we're not done with turtles this week. Last Ronin Raphael. Last Ronin Karai. And then we got the Footbot. So we got 3 Last Ronin figures. Of course, all 3 of these shipping from Best Buy. It seems to be the best place to get it. I did pick up the Footbot at my local toy store, but we did get 3 more Last Ronin figures in the mail this week. An interesting line. I don't think it's setting the world on fire. It's not making a lot of people chattering about it. There's not a lot of fuss about that line. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not keeping my ears close enough to the streets. I don't know, but I did get those 3 this week. And then finally for this round, one I've been really waiting for. It is Leonardo as the creature from the Black Lagoon. You know me. I love my Universal Monsters. Love my Turtles. Love these crossover. Can't wait to dive into this one here. You guys know I love the creature. So I did get that through the door this week as well. So round number 2 in the books. Now we turn our attention to round number 3. All right, we're kicking off round number 3. And round number 3 begins. And I'll just say it right now. Don't panic. It's Canic. We got old Mike Canic through the door this week. Major Bendy, shout out to Mike for sending me this way to me. Good friend of the channel here. Absolutely do love it. I love the card art on this one. I love the vibrant kind of WCW feel, of course. Is he vibrating in the package? I can feel it right here. Just very, very old school throwback feels to that one. So very cool. Shout out to Canic for sending that this way. And then we put him right next to Mr. Perfect right there. So got that through the door this week. Also, good buddy, good friend of the channel, local collector Dougie. He hooked me up with some socks. Oh, I needed some socks here. And we got some tag team editions here. Very, very happy. You guys know I wear work clothes. So work socks are great, especially demolition versions. So I did get some work socks from him this week. And then this week was an interesting one as well, as myself and many of you, I hear about it all the time. I get tagged and I get people sending me stuff all the time. Oh my gosh, I got this at Ross for $5.99. And I've seen it in a lot of the comments of videos of stuff I unboxed on the channel a year ago, year and a half, saying this is at Ross for $5.99. I get that. You got to get a deal sometimes, but boy, I don't know. $5.99 is a great deal, but is it worth, you know, saving $10, $12, $15, $20, whatever it may be for depending on the item? Is it worth waiting that long to get that? I mean, how did you know it was going to go to Ross? Crocmaster, a perfect example. $12 was $30. That's a heck of a savings. But a lot of people saying, oh, I was playing the long game. How did you know there was going to be that long of a game? Nobody truly knew. Obviously, it's great. It's awesome to pick it up at that price. But I think it's just a little bit different. It's not like, oh, I'm going to wait a year and a half. It's going to Ross. I don't know anybody that was really thinking that way. And now a lot of people, that is the joke. Well, I'll get it in a year and a half at Ross. Well, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. These toy companies don't like their stuff going to Ollie's, Ross, TJ Maxx, Burlington, that kind of stuff. I don't think we're going to see that next year. I guess anything is possible. But I think the days of toys being mass-produced are fairly over. I think we're going to get back to COVID, where it was a little bit harder to find stuff. It takes a while to catch up with supply chain. But at the end of the day, it is awesome to get figures for $5.99 or what have you. It's always great to save some money, no doubt about it. But I don't know. I can't imagine for a cool a figure Crocmaster is, well, I'm going to wait a year and a half. I like it, but I'm going to wait 2 years to save $12 or whatever it may be. And then, of course, the gas and all the searching going on and stuff to go to these Rosses and try to find it. I don't know, the math just doesn't check out for me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I did, of course, partake in some of this. I did pick up some stuff, and that's where we're going next. I did get this one for $3.99, Mandalorian. For whatever reason, I have all these Mandalorians. I don't have this one. I said for $3.99, I'll open it up. I'll put them with the rest. Not really my favorite colors, anything like that, but you know what? I picked it up. So there you go. $3.99, got to get a deal out there. A character I don't know anything about, Static Shock, $5.99 at Ross. I don't mind this. I like some of these figures. I like building out these shelves of these guys and gals, of course. So I did pick up Static Shock, $5.99. I always like McFarlane figures. Under $10 just feels really worth it to me. Obviously, it's a heck of a deal out there. But even characters I'm not super familiar with. Of course, a big Striper fan over here, the Yellow, Black, and Tack. I'm sure we'll talk about that in Kyle Peterson 2.0 in the future. Got this guy here for maybe a future custom. I just said for $5.99, Rakondo Tiger Force Edition. You pop this head off. Maybe I find a different head. I get another Joe head possibly. Put that on here. You got another Tiger Force team member. We'll see. I might do something with this in the future. I said, you know what? $5.99 isn't that big of a gamble. I'm going to jump in, and that's exactly what I did right there. But I wasn't done with the G.I. Joe deals. I said, I'm playing the long game on this one. I need a second one in my collection. It is my boy. It is Tiger Force Flint. Now, I have an extra of the previous version of Flint, and my plan all along was wait for this to go on sale. Finally went on sale, $9.99 at Target. Swooped in and bought this. Gonna grab that other Flint figure. I'm gonna put the original Flint head on this body to give it the OG Tiger Force flair. Put this head on the other Flint. I'll just flop their heads around. Got 2 new Flint figures in my collection. Shout out to my boy Flint. So I got that going on. Then I got a heck of a deal. This is one that eluded me for a while, but I could not turn it down at Best Buy when it was $11.99. Power Ranger Lightning Collection. Everybody loves a Manator, especially for $11.99. Pick that up at Best Buy. Looking good there. I'm not totally in on the Lightning Collection, but boy, I love their monsters over there. Then we went back to Target. I said, oh my gosh, one of my favorite figures this year is this Clawful. I picked up a second version so I could display both looks, and for $9.99, heck of a deal right there for a good figure. And same story goes for Ram Man. Now I can display both looks, $9.99 for Ram Man. I just hate looking at how much money I spent on all this stuff to see it all drop in price. But that's just the way it goes. I'm not a gambler by nature. So you win some, you lose some. That's the way it goes. The ebbs and flows of the table. That's the way it is. So we did get that, and then continued on. I wasn't going to buy this line, but for $3 each, I'll dabble in that. Dungeons and Dragons. I never saw the cartoon, but boy, I love the colors, the vibrancy. These would look very cool on a corner of a shelf somewhere. Can I complete the rest of the team? I don't know, but $3 I'm a buyer. 8 below I'm a buyer for all these. We'll see what ends up happening there. But I said, worst case scenario, I buy each of these for $3. I change my mind. I'll leave them on card until I get the rest of the team. If I don't want them, guess what? I can give them for Toys for Tots, something like that. I'm sure there's so many kids for Toys or Tots that are just hoping for Dungeons and Dragons figures under the tree. Maybe not. Maybe not on that one. We'll see. But there it is. We got those. And then, once again, going back to McFarlane, you know me, I'm a sucker for a big figure. I even dabbled at the thought process of picking this one up when it was like $40 or whatever it was originally. But for $5.99, I could not pass this guy up. I love a big creature, a big troll character. You can stick it with Mythic Legions. You can put this in a lot of different places. And for $5.99, this just feels like a heck of a steal. There's no doubt about it. So I got this bad boy for $5.99. The Ice Giant. Looks like he walked right out of Mythic Legions or something like that. So there you go right there. But we're not done. I did get a little special something in the mail today. Very humbled once again. It's always humbling when somebody wants to send me something. They want to spend their hard-earned money and get me something for, you know, the entertainment or whatever you want to call it I bring to the channel here from time to time. Hopefully I entertain everybody if you're watching. But I did get something from good buddy Tim. Tim been a longtime follower of the channel. A good brother #1. Last year, you remember, he sent me that Lando, an all-timer. Check out that Lando unboxing. But this year, he sent me something special, and this is something I actually had on my Christmas list that I've been meaning to pick up, just never got around to it, and Tim actually got it for me. It is the Motorhead door knocker. So I'm going to try to sneak this on my front door when my wife isn't looking, and people can old-timey Motorhead knock on there. They can knock in rhythm to the Ace of Spades, possibly. Who knows? Next time good friend of the channel, old Jeff George, comes over, he can do a little song on the door. We'll see what happens there. But very cool of him to send me this. But he wasn't done. He sent me a desk lamp for work. How cool is this? It's a Motorhead drum set desk lamp. Very cool. You guys know I love me some Motorhead, so very appreciative of stuff like this. Very, very cool to have. Of course, going to good use. So shout out to good friend of the channel, old Tim out there. So there it is. This is round number 3. I think we got 1 round, maybe 2 rounds left. Stay tuned. All right, the hits keep on coming like a young Mike Nesmith with round number 4 of weekly purchases. In this order here, I ordered from the airplane sitting on the tarmac, is that what it's called? In San Antonio, Texas. I could not believe my eyes. I did one of these things. Did I get up too early? Could this be true? Well, it was true, and it did come through the door this week. Of course, it came from our friends in Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on in-stock items. $79 or more does ship free. Of course, you know I did that right here. Got this free shipping, and these were each $10.99, and then I saved 10% more on top of that. But I did get G.I. Joe Ultimate Edition, of course, Super 7s, $10.99 each. Oh my gosh, unbelievable price point there. Got the Cobra Bat. Got the Cobra Bat. Got the Cobra Bat. Guess what else I got? A Cobra Bat. And then I also got a Cobra Bat. So I got 5 Cobra Bats. I had to get them. I was like, I'm going to already build these. $10.99 each for these deluxe Cobra Bats. I'm all in. And I already have, I think, 2 of them in my collection. And I think I got 2 of the blue ones as well. All in on the Cobra Bats, apparently. But I wasn't done there. Cobra Commander, of course. Got that second in charge of G.I. Joe, old Duke there. And then I also got Snake Eyes. So I had to get Series 1, so I got a Min on card set, and then I got 4 more Lucy's for the Cobra Bat. Absolutely insanity right there. One of the best series in a long time from Super 7 is this Series 1. This is really a childhood dream come true in a lot of ways for me, as I always dreamed to have cartoon-accurate G.I. Joe figures, and that's what we got in Series 1. So very, very cool to get these, especially at $10.99 each, and then I saved 10% there. Just absolutely insanity right there. So I got these. I guess save them for a rainy day, whatever. Who knows? We'll see. But there it is. There's round number 4. One final round of weekly purchases. Will I be totally covered? I don't think we've ever totally covered me. This could be the time. Christmas, it's crazy. Let's turn attention to round number 5. All right, here we are. Round number 5. Deep Waters. The championship rounds is what we're in right here today. But a big weekly purchases, as I did say earlier. But let's do it. Let's dive in here. And we'll go to Ringside Collectibles. More pickups with their hot sales going on. Once again, discount code Kyle over at Ringside. I did get another mystery box. I did get another John Moxley chase. And like I said last week, a lot of people down on the mystery box. Even if you get a John Moxley, which is probably the least value of the chases, you are still money ahead based on worth on the stuff. So I don't sweat it too much. Would I like to get a different chase that I don't have? Well, yeah, I would. But I did get John Moxley in that box. I did get Thunder Rosa, very timely, coming back on Collision Saturday, or yesterday, I guess, depending when you're watching this. I did get that. Red Velvet, straight out of your mama's kitchen. And this time of year, I'm sure she's making up all kinds of holiday treats for us. Did get old Red Velvet there. Red Rosa's a pizza place by me. I must have pizza on the brain. Got another Trent. What are we doing? 2 Trents, 2 mystery boxes. Got Trent once again. But we're not done there. I did get black stands. So I got blacked AEW stands going on right there. So not the best mystery box. Some of you guys have got a lot better. It is a gamble at the end of the day, but that was my mystery box. Of course, you guys saw that on Kyle Peterson 2.0 on the other channel. We did do a blind unboxing of that set, so check that video out if you missed it. But we're not done with AEW. We got Hook. Somebody sent Hook. I got the Hook Chase Edition this week as well. So Hook coming in extra hot, so we got that going on. But we're not done. I also picked up Wheeler Yuta. Blood and Guts. Of course, I'm a member of the Double Up Club on the Blood and Guts. Figured I'd wait. Got to get a deal out there. You know how it goes. Got my Min on card one at a cheaper price in one of the Ringside holiday sales. So we got Wheeler Yuta. But we're not done yet. We got CM Punk LJN Edition. And I got the LJN Edition Darby Allin. Of course, I'm a Double Up Club member on these as well for whatever reason. And I did get both of these through the door this week. Played a little of that long game on those. That's what I'm doing on those second ones. So I got those 2. And then we got another AEW figure. And I'm a Double Up member once again of the AEW Ringside Collectible Exclusives. And I did get Sammy Guevara, the exclusive there from the Beach Break. So I did get my Min on card version of that one. So, oh my gosh, I got a little hole right here. I'm just fitting in this little hole. It's the only room I have. I'm going to talk through this little box. How about that? Is that absolutely crazy? It really is at the end of the day. But we got one final thing this week for weekly purchases. And this is something my kids and I had a lot of fun with playing around the house with this week. Once again, we went to Ross. Got to get a deal out there. I think this was normally like $90. It was like $30 at Ross. Couldn't pass it up. Thor, Love and Thunder, Mjolnir. I mean, you can't even see it. But I think you know what it is right here. The old Marvel legend. Thor's hammer. You got to have it in the collection. It's exactly what I did. We're going to build a bridge right up top. Hopefully nothing falls over. But there it is. That is weekly purchases for this week. Like I said, an all-timer. I don't know if we've ever had a 5-rounder before on the channel. Maybe, but it's been a heck of a long time. But a lot of stuff through the door. A lot of stuff to keep me busy for quite some time. Like I said, hopefully next week should be pretty slow. I would have to think so. But you never know. You never know what might surprise you at the old doorstep. But a fun weekly purchases this week for the holiday week. And I hope everybody out there that's watching has a good holiday season, a good next week. I know a lot of people are on vacation. Enjoy that time the best you can. It goes way too fast, as we always say. What is time? It's going fast, that's for sure. I can't believe 2024 is going to be here. Like I said earlier, we got a lot of best of year-end awards. We're going to be doing that all the time for the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, something like that. So make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel, as we got a lot of content to come the next couple of weeks. No days off, as we always do say. So we'll have stuff for you. Hopefully you guys enjoy my dad's final video on Monday. Oh, it's going to be a tearjerker. An end of a chapter, an end of an era, really, at the end of the day. Hopefully he comes back, but doesn't sound like it's going to possibly happen. But you never know. Never say never, I guess, is what we'll say. But hopefully you guys enjoy that on Christmas. A little Christmas special is what we'll call that one. So hopefully you guys do enjoy, and I hope you enjoy your holidays as well. Hopefully everybody has a good Christmas and whatever you celebrate out there. Hopefully everybody does enjoy. And of course, like I always say, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day and then some. And don't forget about Patreon for early access to all the channels, videos from both channels, bonus content, dog stuff, pizza reviews, Q&As, you name it. All going on over there at the old Patreon. Patreon, the best place to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. And you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling to Santa's workshop for a little Christmas action. Until next time, Merry Christmas.